Hi, I'm Cameron.
And I'm Cassie,
Have you ever had a problem trying to set up your cameras to use them?
because we're here to help you.
We're going to teach you how to set up your P2
Your jib?
and your studio cameras to use them. Now we're going to teach you how to set up the P2 camera and its tripod so you can get all of your assignments done.
First, take the camera out of the bag. Take out the battery and P2 card from one of the side pockets. Slide the battery in like so, then take the P2 card, open up the back slots, and slide it into slot 1. Make sure your arrow on your P2 card is facing up when inserting. Take out the shoe from the top of the tripod using the red release button and the lock on the other side, and unscrew the screw from the bottom of the plate on the tripod. Loosen the rubber stopper from the shoe and put in the screw with the screw head on the underside of the shoe. Now we can mount the shoe to the camera. Make sure when screwing the screw in that your lens arrow is facing towards the lens on the P2 camera. Use a quarter if you can or a screwdriver if you have one handy and make sure it's tight. You don't want a wobbly camera. Next step is to slide the shoe into the tripod, so we need to take the tripod out at this point. Slide the shoe using your lock and red release button on the other side. Now depending on what you are shooting, you will need to adjust the height of the tripod. To do this, we will need to use the locks on the legs of the tripod. To unlock, simply push up on the lock. Do this to all 3 legs. Move up the tripod with your hands firmly on the camera. Lock the legs when you have the appropriate height. Now let's level the tripod. Loosen the rod under the center of the tripod. While looking at the bubble in your level, move the camera with the rod until it is in the middle. Tighten with the rod when it's leveled. Great, we can now turn on the camera. To do this, push the white button down and turn the button towards on or upwards. If you haven't opened up your LCD screen, this would be a good time to open it. Now before we start to record anything, we want to make sure that we format the P2 memory. To do this, we need to hit the black button on the back of the camera. Then at the top of your camera, hit Menu, which will bring up a box on your LCD screen. Using the arrow keys, go to Operation, Format, then Slot 1. Then when the Are You Sure box comes up, click Yes. Next, we need to white balance. Using your whiteboard in your bag, have someone stand in front of the camera, not too close, to get the light in the room or outside. Hold down the white balance button on the front of your camera to white balance. Once it changes your white balance, you're set. Next, we want to use our zebra stripes button to put moving diagonal lines on the LCD screen. The zebra button will show if there is too much light or not enough on the subject. We can fix this by using the iris wheel. To make sure we are in focus on the subject that we are shooting, we use the focus ring on the lens of the camera. To make sure you have the best quality, have your ND filter off and your focus to manual. To zoom on the P2, simply use the zoom buttons on the top right of the camera. Now that we are done setting up the camera, we can plug the mic in. Get out your mic and XLR cable if you haven't already done so, and plug the male end into the mic and the female end into the camera. To make sure you are hearing the mic audio, look at your setup for audio on the side. If your channel select is on input 1, then you are hearing the mic's audio. Look at the LCD screen for your levels. If you need to change them, use the mic wheels at the back of the camera. Now we are ready to record. Press the red button where the on and off switch is to record those assignments.
Over here we have your basic studio camera.
And we have your jib over here.
First, unravel the cord for the jib and push it out. Make sure that when you are pushing any camera by their pedestal that the red lines are facing the way you want to go. Like the tripod for the P2, we need to adjust the height for our subject. Pull the red knob out from the pedestal and turn to lock it. Make sure the wheel underneath is loosened so you can move the pedestal up and down. Next, we can turn on our LCD screen. Press the switch to on and you're able to see what the camera sees. The buttons on the bottom of the screen can be used to adjust different inputs and how you see the picture on the screen. To zoom in with the lens, press forward to zoom in and back to zoom out on the zoom handle on your right side. To focus, turn the focus knob on the left handle to get that clear image. If you ever need to see what is up on the program feed, use your callback button located just above the zoom buttons. To move just the camera, use the joystick on your left side. This can move your camera up, down, and side to side. Always be careful when moving the jib to get your shots. When you're done with the jib, simply push it towards the wall and ravel the cord back up. A good safety tip when operating a camera is to leave your shoes on. This could be a very dangerous hazard that could result in a toe or two being run over. We don't want that. To start with the studio camera, unravel the cord and push it out as we previously did with the jib. The studio pedestal works as the jib one does, just like so. The tilt and pan locks are located on the left side of the studio camera and just below the mount. Make sure they are locked before moving from the camera. With your zoom handle on the right and your focus ring on the left like on the jib, we are able to zoom and focus on our subject to get the perfect shot. To interact with the control room, put on your headset. The jib as well as the rest of the studio cameras have headsets and a control panel to adjust the setting for the headset. To talk, simply flick the button upwards. To control your volume, use the little knob right under the word intercom and turn it right or left. Using the viewfinder as well as the callback button, located at the same place as the jib, we can now line up the cameras for the CCU.
Now you know how to set up your studio camera, the jib, and the P2.
We hope this video was informative and was able to help you guys with all you need to know about your cameras.
Yeah.